Good morning. Welcome to the Bedhead Diaries. At least that's the working title. We'll see if I still even post any of these. But a funny thing happened this morning. I was thinking about signing up for a half marathon, and I went and put in my birthday, and then it said age on race day, 38. And I was like, wait, I legit believe that I'm 37. Am I 38? And I tried to do the math, which is so super not my strong suit, and I was just laying in bed. And I totally freaked out thinking that I had lost a year. It was so funny to watch my response. I was kind of going between humor and acceptance and also this funny sense of panic. And I have a story about how my panic is warranted because, if I want children and then the clock is ticking, right? But I feel like this whole midlife thing is real. It's real for many of us. And I get that it's such a... Hi, dog. Here's my dog. She's probably covered in poison oak, though, so I don't really want to snuggle her. I get that it's such a privilege to be worried about the meaning in one's life and asking the deeper questions regarding fulfillment and am I giving my gifts? And it might not always be that way. Perhaps there will be a time when I'm just struggling to survive, and I hope not, I hope that I don't end up a climate refugee someday, which is maybe a distinct possibility. Well, this took a dark turn. But, realistically, we never know what's going to happen, how it's going to go down. But right now, I'm in a moment where I get to ask the bigger questions. What are my gifts? How am I showing up? What are my values? And how am I expressing those in the world? And am I letting fear or risk-averse voices in my head hold me back from really doing all that I can do in the world? And, it's funny because I think there's really a place for having this kind of push, this sort of time-sensitive push, and yet the time-sensitive urgency feeling doesn't really lend itself to making the right choices. So it's a funny thing. It seems like there's having that urgency to get a move on is really useful. But then once you get a move on, I feel I kind of have to then let go of the timeline and just show up day to day as best I can. I'm not really sure if I'm making any sense this morning, but all I know is that when I reflect back on my quarter life crisis of 25, going, I'm 25. What am I doing with my life? Oh man, it just seems so silly to me now. And probably I might feel the same way about this moment. And most of the time I actually feel pretty chill. I think because most of the time I really am taking the big leaps. And yet, time is ever upon us. And coming into right relationship with it, that's a real interesting practice. So I'm curious to know, what do you do to come into a right relationship with time? And what's your experience? Any advice for me? Oh, but I did find out that I am in fact still 37. So there's that. All right. Happy Saturday. Talk to you later.